Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. My name is Oha Cade, I'm a composer, and today we're going to be looking at TVXQ's performance at the 2008 MKMF Festival. This was a special request by an anonymous patron, thank you. And we are also going to be doing a lyrical analysis of the song Wrong Number, which is one of the songs in this performance. It's a bit of a medley. The other songs are The Way You Are, Rising Sun, and then there's a song with a Japanese title. I'm not sure what that is, unfortunately. Purple Line, Wrong Number, and Melodic. And the only song I'm familiar with is Melodic, which is one of my favorite K-pop songs of all time. Such a classic, amazing track. So yeah, I am familiar with that one, and I may do a more in-depth analysis of that one another day when it's not a part of a medley, but I'm excited to see this performance, see some live vocals. I think this will be the first time I've seen live vocals from the original TVXQ lineup. So this should be good. I'm going to turn up the volume. Let's get into it. Very dramatic. I like this. Ooh! I love this late 90s, early 2000s beat. Love it. I love that kind of music. This is the sort of music that I grew up with. Like, it was really popular on the radio when I was about, I guess you could say, 10 to 13 or 14. So these were my formative years. And even though I haven't heard this song before, I'm very familiar and acquainted with this style that the song is incorporating. It's like, I guess you could say it's that Max Martin style. Max Martin is a really famous Swedish producer who helped to produce people like Britney Spears and Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, that really iconic pop sound of that era. And he still works with pop stars to this day, including with people like Ariana Grande and stars like that. But yeah, it's a really interesting sort of, it's simple, of course. It's simple beat, but the beats are always very nice and punchy, and there's a sort of drama to the songwriting. It has a very dramatic, theatrical feeling, like a lot of tension and a lot of... It doesn't pull any punches, and I love that. And the vocal melodies here are very good. We could potentially be moving right into the next song here, but I wouldn't mind if we stuck with this one just for a little bit, because even the choreo and stuff is really cool. I didn't manage to really look closely to see who is even at the front there and who's to the sides, because I was really listening to the music and enjoying the music. Slow down. Wow, another banger. We're just powering through these songs, are we? That was a separate song, right? Okay, so is each member getting their own little dance routine with backup dancers on different stages? I'm not sure if I'm supposed to comment on that song. I don't know if that was an interlude or if it was actually the next song in the sequence, but as far as that music goes, I was so into it. I could have done a whole song of that style of music too. It reminds me of, like, you know, that song Gasolina? I don't know if that's a Mexican song or if it's Portuguese or something, but it was really big back in the day. It's a sort of high energy reggaeton style that was popular in the early 2000s, and I just live for that style of music. Really good percussion and drums. And great fodder for choreo, which we got there. Okay. Obviously, every member is getting their own little track to dance to. So I believe the first person was Jae-joong, then it was Yeonho, and then this is Jeonsu. And again, this high energy style of pop music of that era is right up my alley. Cool. Great bass. And who's this? Oh man. This, okay, I might be getting them mixed up now, but that actually looks more like Jae-joong. The first person might have been Yuchun. I wasn't paying close enough attention, but damn, this musical style is a little bit later in the 2000s. It's very nostalgic, but yeah, every single song is appealing to me, and I'm a little sad we can't stay on each one a little longer. Yeah, so this is Max, I think. I've never actually watched live vocals from him, so this should be really good. Really excited for this. There's a little bit of a free-for-all here. This vocal arrangement is starting off a little bit chaotic, and it could be because, and I suspect actually that during those choreo sequences there were no live vocals. Those parts might have been lip-synced. So now that they've got the microphones in their hands, they're sort of finding their feet, and it's possible that the ad-lib there from Jeonsu was indeed in the original studio version, and that it was rehearsed, but there's something about the execution of this that is a little bit chaotic. And Jae-joong's vocals started off a little bit flat, but again, the more he's going on, the more he's like finding his feet and finding the key, and we're all good, we're in business. I think these little like storytime interludes, like obviously there's a phone call going on here. I think those ideas are so fun and creative when they happen in a live concert. It just goes to show that there's a lot of thought that went into it.
Check the number and dial again.
Oh, more choreo, I'm delighted.
두 번씩 전화 걸어 확인하고 어쩌다 통화 중일 때면 괜한 의심으로 넌 또 메시지를 남겼나 이 시간에 대체 누구에게 전화라 지루한 여자 세상에 만들어내 숨이 막힐 것 같아 yeah. 사랑이는 말아 나를 가둬두고 지겨운 잔소리는 쌓여 또 집착이 됐고 너 알지 몰래 다시 내 전화에 네가 뜨지 못하게 I said You got the wrong number You got the wrong number I'm sorry you got the wrong number So don't call me no more
Okay, Max's live vocals are so awesome and satisfying. He's got that really like sharp, gritty tone that really appeals to me. Like as a metalhead, I can totally see him singing like more rock, metal-oriented songs. Really, really into his voice. Of course, Junsu sounded great there too, and I always like these sort of little skipping moves. I don't know if we can catch it there. A little back a little further. That sort of footwork, I really enjoy that stuff. I think it's a combination of two things. I'm a big Michael Jackson fan, and he would move his legs a lot like that. And also, I grew up in Ireland, and I saw a lot of Irish dancing, which really focuses a lot on just leg movements and nothing else. So I really appreciate that sort of footwork, especially singing like this too, simultaneously. Super impressive stuff. Also, I recognize this song actually. I don't know where I heard it, but you know, once you hear that chorus, of course, you're never going to forget that chorus. It's really, really memorable, catchy chorus. But the general vibe of this song so far is really sick. I just love the slow, steady groove with that deep bass. Really pulls you in.
Sorry, you got the wrong number, so don't call me no more. 아침밤 엄마처럼 하루 다 알고 있고 어디서 오고 와 뭐랄까 불안하고 날 위한 거라고 믿지.
A little bit shaky there from Yunho in the lower range, but strangely enough, once he got into the higher belting range, he felt a lot more comfortable. And that's actually more common than you'd think. For a lot of singers, they are a lot more comfortable in their higher range and like doing belting notes that seemingly would be more difficult. But sometimes the lower spoken words are harder, especially for singers who perhaps like him are like tenors. He might be a low tenor, but still sometimes that lower range can be hard. Wow. Man, he's so good. Ah, he knows he killed that.
나를 도려내 아련해 올라머리가 아파와 또다시 환청이 들려와
날 휘적이라는 곳에 난 그대만의 꽃가 신호라는 소리에 목숨을 지킬 필요가 없는데 날 놓아줬세 벗어날 수 있게 날 도와줬세 다시 시작할 수 없을 만큼 너무 멀리 와버렸어
Wow. I mean, just spectacular stuff. So far, I think Max's vocals are impressing me the most. I'm not sure if they're impressing me the most, but I am enjoying them the most. Obviously, that was a absolutely amazing showcase of like everyone belting at the top of their ranges. It was a sort of a battle between Jeonsu and Max there and jae-joong. And I could be imagining this, but you know, we've noticed this in videos of like other groups like EXO and live performances too, where sometimes there might be a little bit of fatigue showing. I think jae-joong in this performance seems a little bit fatigued compared to Max, who doesn't seem to be struggling at all. It seems to be a breeze for him in this performance. And I'm not sure why that is. Like, because I've watched other live videos of jae-joong and like he's had the demeanor of Max in this one where it's a very easy performance for him, but yeah, I'm just noticing more shaky moments from jae-joong in this performance than usual. It could be to do with the production on the mics and stuff, but it's just something that crossed my mind. Jeonsu is kind of in the middle where he's hitting the notes and like it's an amazing performance, but there might be a slight tension in his singing here, just ever so slightly. Absolutely full of passion, absolutely, but I just might have noticed just a little bit of a pull in his throat here and there. But of course, I'm a composer, I'm not a singer. I only have a reasonable understanding of how the voice works, so I'm just sort of commenting everything that comes to mind. I definitely couldn't get up on stage and you know, belt out like crazy notes like that. So let's keep going. That was such an interesting sort of remix idea for the song. But I think now we're sort of going into more typically how the song is known, like more closer to the studio version. Yeah, jae-joong is definitely struggling here. Like, listen to that verse there. I think honestly, like, I also put it down to the choreo. I'm forgetting that they have to do a lot of choreo. Even that move there, he's literally just supposed to be hopping on one leg. So, yeah, I don't mean to go too hard on him for it. Yeah, the closer I listen, the more I'm noticing that the vocal parts that are like more imperfect, they're always on a really like energetic or difficult dance move. Like if we go back and look at Max there, who was the perfect poster boy, according to me, through this whole performance. He has a bit of a slip up here. A bit farther back. Yeah, it's just a slight imperfection during that slide, but that's my point, is like it's such a challenge, and I would wager borderline torture sometimes these performances for these guys who have to sing these difficult tracks and do this choreo. It seems a little bit cruel, but I'm sure they're all down for it. They're giving it their all. So, real quick, I'd like to talk about the composition of this song. Where do I start? It is a sort of, I guess, more of an R&B track than a typical pop song. The overall mood is quite dark and dramatic and theatrical. Yeah, it's very moody. There's a sort of a sinister atmosphere to it. You know, I'm almost picturing like vampires. Even the lyrics, you know, under my skin, it's like this love interest is almost like, for lack of a better word, predatory or extra persistent in chasing them down. That said, I haven't looked at the lyrics. I'm not sure what the song's about, but that's sort of the imagery that's coming to mind when I listen to the music, and I just going by that one English lyric that I know of. I like that the chorus is a single note, but for the most part, until the very end. Dun, da, dun, dun, da, 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 dun, da. It's for some reason it's just very catchy, and it's a good contrast to the verses that are a little bit more melodic. It's sort of like bringing it home. There's that one note. We're just going to sing this one note, and I'm saying one note, but there's probably 2 to 3 notes going on in each of those stabs, considering it's harmonized. Great chorus. I really like it. And another song that applies this style for the chorus is a song called Opera by Super Junior, which I think was probably influenced by this song. And yeah, it's just right up my alley, this song. I really enjoy it. And I know that there are some really high notes at the end of this song, and I'm excited. And it's also cool putting faces to the voices, because I have been a fan of this song for a very long time, way before I knew any of the members' names. So it's just really interesting watching this and finding out who actually was singing each part. Can someone please tell me how those audience chants come to be? Because obviously the whole audience knows the exact moment to sing that particular chant in this song, and it's not a part in the original song. It's very much a thing the audience sings at a particular moment. And I'm just wondering how the entire audience knows how to do that. Like, is it something that is shown on music video TV channels, maybe subtitles, sort of like a karaoke thing? That's kind of what I'm guessing. Or it could be something that's discussed on message boards, you know, fan boards, that kind of thing, social media. I'm really curious about that. I've watched a lot of K-pop live performances, and to this day I still don't know the answer to that question. He looks so hot in this outfit, Jae-joong. I'm only just paying attention now because it just lingered on him for a little while there. But like with that chain and everything, just up. Looking very good. And so is Max too. I love the chain on Max. Oh, they're all wearing chains. Nice. Yeah, I'm only paying attention to the outfits now. Yeah, the outfits, they're nothing crazy, but you know, they'll do. Guitar solo, dance break. All right. So that was awesome. I really got into it in like the final leg of the song, starting from that really cool guitar solo until the end. You can tell that like it just sort of picked up. The energy was so infectious. It really just kind of picked up big time. Everyone loves that part. It's such a great track. The build in intensity and emotion. Like, I'll just go back there. You can tell that Jeonsu was really feeling himself there at one point. Let's see if we can catch that again. A little further up. So I really like how they sung this part, because that melody, that melody in the song, it's kind of like the backing vocals. And sometimes in live performances, pop acts, they don't sing the backing vocal part. Sorry, my camera's shaking. But I'm really glad that they sung this part, because this melody is so cool. It really elevates the song in that moment. And it starts the roller coaster ride to the end. So that's why I'm really a fan of the fact that they sung this melody. And you can tell that even for them, this is when they really start like getting into it. Like, look at Junsu there. He's just really feeling himself. Like, look at that. He's really, really enjoying himself there. And they all are. I mean, Yeonho, he's giving it socks. And like Max's live ad-libs there, they're almost indecipherable, or sorry, indistinguishable from the studio version, but I can tell that these parts are live. It's just a gorgeous, gorgeous performance. And I like how, like, in this final chorus, they're so into it that things are getting a little bit messy, it's getting a little bit sweaty. It's getting very passionate. Just really great live moment. Great stuff. Cool. That was really, really, really enjoyable. I'm stumbling over my words today. Yeah, so let me see. How do I summarize this performance? Those initial dance breaks towards the beginning of this entire performance were such a tease, because I really enjoyed each of those songs a lot. Maybe soon I'll get to do a deeper analysis on each of those songs. But for now, that was a nice little taster for the songs at the beginning. Then we had Wrong Number, which is really cool. Smooth track, has some solid vocals, but I really feel like they really came into their own during the second half of Melodic. And it could be the power of that particular song that really pulls them in to the performance. Or it could just be that they needed a little bit of time to warm up. It could be just me that heard some little vocal difficulties here and there. But I thought it was pretty clear that the choreography got a little bit overwhelming at times. So they just needed a few moments to gather their thoughts. But overall, I thought this was excellent work, considering the choreo that they were expected to perform and running around the stage. It looks like there's so many different stages here for each of the members. I thought it was very well executed, very well put together, and yet another showcase of the insane talent of these guys. I do have to give a special shout out to Max, whose vocals I thought were really exceptionally clean in this performance. They were so clean, in fact, that I wonder if some of them were lip synced, although I really doubt it because I like to think that I can distinguish the live versions from the studio. But let me know what you guys think. I'm just looking down at the songs here. The way you are, purple line, wrong number. Okay. Now we're going to go into the lyrical analysis of Wrong Number. So this song is about a jealous lover, an obsessive lover who won't leave the narrator alone, who is very suspicious of their every move, keeping an eye on them. It's something that I'm sure a lot of people can relate to, unfortunately. Not me personally, but I have heard of people like this, and they're scary individuals, let me tell you. But yeah, we have lines here. You trap me in the words of love. The annoying scoldings pile up, turning into attachment. I want to forget you. I'll make sure you don't appear on my phone again. Yeah, it's just about standing your ground, saying I deserve my privacy. I have boundaries. I am an individual. Yes, we're supposed to be in love, but can I get 5 minutes? And yeah, basically the song sort of ends with the narrator pledging to delete this person's number from their phone and delete the, that image that comes up when the person calls. There is talks about changing a password. It's possible that there's a password to one of their accounts that they shared with this person, erasing all their memories of the person. So yeah, these are good steps if you want to erase someone from your life who is hounding you like this, abusing you like this. It's a very logical step, a good step. Hopefully this isn't an autobiographical story from any of the members or even the songwriters, but sometimes art imitates life, and I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case here. Interesting. I actually suspected that this might be the meaning of the lyrics just based on the idea of a wrong number. You got the wrong number, and then the tone of the song is kind of dark, sort of dark in the same way that melodic is, like a little bit of that sinister quality. So yeah, this doesn't surprise me. Okay, that about sums up my analysis of this performance and lyrical analysis. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Again, this was a special request from an anonymous patron. If you'd like to submit your own special request, the link is in the description. And also feel free to become a patron or YouTube member if you'd like to influence the content on this channel. Please like and subscribe and leave a comment. Let me know what you thought of my analysis and also the performance. I had a lot of questions there, so let me know your thoughts on those. And I think that's about it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and take care.